Hello friends, today we are practicing and learning how to read and write these three letters, the letters Jim, Ha and Kha. No worries, we're going to go through them in detail. And here's the text we are going to be able to read and write if we follow the lessons in this course and do the writing exercises. And this is our alphabet, just as a reminder. We're going to buy one and get two free this time. Just as we saw with ba, ta and tha, once you know how to make the body of the first of these, you will get two free letters. Just make sure to be careful with the dots. Note that these three letters look like Cleopatra's eye. Make sure to make them pointy on the right, as we do have other letters that are similar to these, but not pointy on the right. So, if you would like to write one of these letters, you first of all need to have a line, so make sure you have lined paper, and then when you write the letter, it's going to go like this. Watch. It's pointy here. This here is very important. Make sure it's pointy. Okay? What I'm referring to is this here. It has to be pointy. Okay? Like that. Don't make it round, because we have other letters that are written like this but round on the right side. Okay, so not like this. It has to be pointy, like this. This letter here, the consonant J or J or G, it's pronounced J or J in most Arab countries, and then it's pronounced G in Egypt and in Yemen. So the word Jamal can be pronounced Jamal, J, or Jamal, J, or in Egypt and Yemen, Gamal. And let's see how you'd write this letter, or these three letters, on lined paper. So this is your margin here, and these are your lines. Let's say you have an alif here. This would be alif, and this would be a ba, just so you have an idea of the size. And if you were to write a jim, for example, you would write it like this. Make sure it's pointy at this point, and then like that. Okay, it has a dot here. All right, so make sure you have the size right. Yeah, keep the size in check, because it's important. You don't want your jim to be written way up here or below the line, or as big as the long A, the alif. Okay, keep it at the right size. And if we have three jims in a row, this is how we write them. We have to have a line here. This is where our line would be. And then to write our letter, we would go like this. Make it pointy here. You can stop here and start again. And then you can do this. Okay, this is a connector, so it would go here. You can also do this. You can write them on top of each other. So if you had two, you would do this. The last one takes its full shape. If you had three, then let's say the line is here. If you had three, you would start higher and you would do this. This is the first one, this is the second one, and the third one would sit on the line like that. Jim, jim, jim. Practice writing. So how would you read this? This is a jim with the vowel A, short A, fatha, and that would read ja, right? And there's a second ja and a third ja. So this would be read as ja, ja, ja. Always pause the video, try to read, and then listen to me read it. And how would you read this one? Very good. Ju, ju, ju. Of course, it could be pronounced ju, 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 or gu, gu, gu in Egypt and Yemen. And how would you read this? G, G, G. Very good. Here we have 3 different vowels. We have the fatha, A, the dhamma, U, and the kasra, I. So how would you read this? Very good. Ja, ju, ji, or ja, ju, ji, or ga, gu, gi. Let's read with long vowels now. Can you read this? Pause, try to read, and then listen to me read it. And then read after me. Ja, ju, ji. 3 long vowels, long A, long U, and long E. Make sure you have studied the preceding lessons before trying to read the words in this lesson. Can you read this? Now, it's the same long vowels, but in different order. Very good. Ja, ji. Notice how the long E does not take its full shape here because it's not in final position and it's not isolated. And then ju. Ja, ji, ju. And now we have the letter jim with the same long vowels but in a different order again. Can you read this? Yes. Ji, ja, ju. Mumtaz. Moving on to the letter ha. This one here. It looks like a jim, but it has no dot. Ha. This is the sound you make when you blow on your glasses before wiping them clean. And ha is written just like the letter jim, except it doesn't have a dot. So ha. Some people do this. They go up and then back. But I don't like this because it kind of would make 2 lines here. It's kind of uncomfortable. And then you would do this also, this way. Ha. Okay, another way would be to just write them on top of each other. Even Word does this automatically, writes them on top of each other. Interesting, right? And of course the line is right here. As we saw earlier, the line is right here. How would you read this? Yes, ha, ha, ha. And this, ho, ho, ho. Excellent. And this, he, he, he. And this, ha, ho, he. Ha with long vowels now. Ha, hu, he. Can you read this? Ha, he, hu. And what is this? He, hu, ha. Moving on to the letter kha. This is pronounced as the Spanish jota, as in Jose and Juan. And we write it exactly as we write the jim and the ha, except it has a dot on top. So let's say our line is here, right? And we are writing the letter kha. Kha. And kha. Okay, it connects. This font is a bit higher here, but the kha is really supposed to be right here on the line. So just remember that there may be a variation depending on your font. And again, we can also write them stacked on top of each other. So let me take this other color and write 3 khas on top of each other. And the last one sits on the line. Kha, kha, kha. Of course, here I did not write the dots, but yeah, you would have to add the dots. Otherwise, you'd be writing ha, right? And how would you read this? Kha, 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 right? Kha, kha, and kha. And this is khu, khu, khu. How about this? Khi, khi, and khi. Mixing it up a bit, moving some vowels around. Kha, khu, khi. Kha with long vowels. Kha, khu, khi. And here, khi, kha, khu. Notice again how the long E, if it's not isolated or in final position, it has to be written like a ba with 2 dots under. If you're not sure, review our lesson on long vowels. And this is khu, khi, kha. Okay, it's time for a little quiz. Pause the video and write the solution to these additions here. So write 2 has together, jim and ha, one after the other. Okay, all of these. And then, so pause the video, write the solution, and then check the next slide. And this is the solution, so make sure that you have written correctly. If not, try again, okay? And here's the text that we are studying and that we are going to be able to read at the end of this course. Let's look at it. It has no short vowels here, okay? And let's see if we can recognize some of the letters that we have seen in this lesson. Do you see any letter, any jim, ha, or kha in this line? Let's see. Nothing here, right? Next line, you can pause the video and take your time looking. Nothing here. Okay, next line. Ooh, found something here. Which one is this? Jim or ha or kha? Yes, it's a jim. It has a dot under. Very good. And here's the same text with the short vowels. And where is that jim again? Right here. You see it? In line 5. Excellent.